Here we go. Hello. Of course, technical difficulties. Only 2 of you are showing up.
A few.
Oh no.
I can see myself.
I cannot either.
Wait, Xellius, you are there though.
You are definitely all here. We just have to wait for DRI.
Oh, wait, that's the old one. Discord, what are you doing?
Oh boy.
Man, that's the different vessel. That's not what's advertised. Get with the program, damn it.
Oh no. Let's face it. It might not be what's advertised, but those eyes are pretty alluring.
Thank you. And surprisingly, the eyes are actually accurate. It's the only part that I completely took from one to the other.
Oh, well, there's mine. Although it's not really a PNG format.
Oh, well.
Oh, wait.
I mean,
never mind. The old model was good enough.
So let me see if I got this straight. I'm trapped in the past completely. You are halfway trapped in a PNG, halfway into an image.
Technically, like, when I'm not talking, it's the present, but when I am talking, it's the past.
I see.
So I'm traversing. I'm basically traversing timelines, even as we speak.
I laughed too hard.
Also, I'm curious how Xellius and Ellie, I believe, Allie. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce the name. I believe it's the first time we've met.
Silence.
Very much silence. Much loud.
Cra. So yes, indeed, it appears the other two are completely trapped in limbo.
Yup.
I'm not in the limbo.
Oh, Xellius is back.
You know, just little things.
All good. As long as all 5 of us somehow connect to the same timeline.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm in my original outfit, so.
Well, we're definitely in the same timeline.
Yeah, at the moment.
Don't jinx it.
We're just having a little MCU moment. That's all. But, so, this is the best and the worst of 2021.
Although I do believe we're still missing one.
Wait, was I muted or not?
There we go.
You are.
Ah. Yeah, I wasn't muted.
It's all
It
good.
happens. It's the VTuber curse.
Yeah.
All of the stuff.
Oh yeah.
And there's 5 of us, so there has to be 5 times as much scuff.
Pretty much.
You are not wrong there.
Yeah.
And I do believe introductions are in order. For a start, at least.
Well, yeah, that would probably be a good start too.
Wait, are we
As the
live or
host-
not yet?
Yes, we
are.
are.
We're live.
I see.
So as the host, I'll start things off. I am Nakami Jun. I am a variety streamer, and yeah, I play lots of stuff. D&D, other things. You never know what I'm gonna do. Who wants to go next?
I will
Hey, no-
if no one else offers.
Okay. I'll go after you then.
Okay then. Hatenashi Raza, the narrator of realities, and the streamer of a variety of games, though I do have a preference for Souls-like games. Think Dark Souls, Nioh, stuff like that. I'm still considering if I should add Sekiro to that one, we shall see. But that's about it for me from now.
All right. Well, as for me, my name is Nashi-No-Mae. Nephilim Kitsune, half demon, half angel. I'm usually a variety streamer, but playing RPGs. Games like Final Fantasy 14, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, Fire Emblem Three Houses, usually games like that. And but I do branch out to like horror from time to time, such as like Resident Evil. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it for me.
Well, then I take the next one. I'm Xellius. I'm a variety streamer. I play most of the time sandbox games, MMOs, and I started recently to add Blender 3D art. Yeah, that's about me.
I'm gonna go last then in the light. So yeah, Allie Hope here, the elderly keeper of memories. I play Mahjong on Mondays, and otherwise I play a lot of Final Fantasy 14, and not only the RPGs, but overall mostly the games with the the atmosphere. I like making people relax, and I hope I can do that.
So, that is everyone.
I do believe that is everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So, I know we want to start off with the worst of 2021. So, who wants to start? I know two of you wanted to bring this up. So,
In that case, I shall begin the subject if no one has anything against.
right
I
ahead.
mean,
Well, this is a story about the downfall of a company and its fall from grace. I'm talking about Blizzard and all of the others who are apparently soon to follow it because this thing is deeper than I thought.
And
So-
that only just me that kind of wrote in right now. There's not more to do about it. They burn everything down.
Yeah, a full reset would sound like an idea at this point. And by full reset, I mean the people who are guilty answer for their crimes, because these are literal crimes, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
And the people who are not guilty and really didn't know or have anything to do with it, just go somewhere else or start from zero.
Well, I'm gonna mention, I think Ubisoft was probably the first one to do this. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm and that everyone seems to have forgotten. Same with the Riot Games.
yes.
Oh, Riot Games have been having similar issues for way before this,
Yeah,
Yup.
then
but it wasn't as widespread. Like in Blizzard, it's like every day a new issue appears.
you
Yeah.
can't. It's like you can't go 5 minutes without something happening with Blizzard.
I mean, they love
There's
bad
some-
breath.
No, this goes
There's-
beyond loving it. They're addicted to it at this point.
There's a lawyer who I watch. He's on YouTube, and he's done a 40-part series on Activision Blizzard.
I might know the lawyer.
I might as well.
Yes, I think we all might know. But, yes, probably definitely one of the worst things about 2021.
Yeah, but little idiot.
Definitely. And the sad part is, it doesn't even restrict itself to 2021, because a lot of
I know.
these things have been happening for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna
Yes.
continue to white man and get done about it.
I mean, there's been very small changes over time. I know, when I was going to college, even then, the games industry was very sexist. If you were a woman, you didn't really want to go into it. Though again, I went to IT, and that's pretty much the same. It's very much a boys' club.
I mean, you have this basically everywhere, right? To an extent.
Yeah, but it's better in some places than others.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I wanted to bring out, at least in the circles I've been. I haven't actually seen that. I know it exists. I know it's a lot more, how do I say this? A bigger issue in other countries. I haven't seen that much of it in Romania, though, at least where I've been. And I'm kind of happy for it, if I'm being honest.
I mean, they probably keep it behind closed doors.
Yeah. Most
If you
likely.
can.
Yeah, but how close? Because I've gotten pretty close. Probably closer than I should have in certain cases. I'm not going to talk about those, but it really didn't seem all that bad. Like hell, even in university when I was studying IT, most of the people studying were not guys. And even most of the teachers were female.
Well, that's a big difference. When I went to college, I had one female professor. All the others were guys.
Wow.
And I was one of... out of about 200 people in the information technology department, there were maybe 10 of us who were women. It was pretty bad.
Just then.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's extremely different from what I had.
Yeah, it was the only department on campus that was so male-focused. Almost every other department was female-focused. I mean, I went to a normal college, so, you know, they had all sorts of programs. That was the only one. So... yeah,
I see.
it's not the best here. I mean, they're trying to make it better, and they have been for years, but I don't know how far it's gone. Certainly not to the upper levels.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
It also causes more opportunities for things to go bad when things are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Though, like I said, Ubisoft was first, and that was France. So,
I mean, we could actually start with Hideo Kojima. In a way. With Konami.
Sure. To
I
some
mean-
extent, definitely.
sorry. I mean,
Yeah,
Japan
right.
is like that too. They're very sexist. Sadly. Sadly.
Oh, this actually reminds me. I just recently saw the clip of it, but one of the new... It's not HoloLive. One of the new Niji Sanji guys actually said that he's fine shipping him with other gen mates and other guys. He's not fine with him being shipped with the girls because that will cause problems both for the company and for them. So that's also an
Japan is
interesting thing to
weird.
note.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes,
I mean, that
idol
makes
culture
sense.
in Japan is very
Yep.
strange. Very strange. Women are expected to be pretty and entertaining. but they're not
And no
expected
boyfriends.
to have any relationships except with each other. So, it's very complex. But that's the gist of it. It makes a very weird environment. I mean, there are good points about Japan, but that is not really a good point. I mean, our celebrities would never do that. They would not forego relationships. And they wouldn't expect to.
Yeah, they go the opposite. They take way too many.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, that's still not good. That's the other extreme.
Yeah. So, I think we might have covered this.
Oh
It's
wait,
enough for now. Let's hear more.
one more detail. Currently about
Okay.
Ubisoft. I actually found this very funny. So you might have heard about NFTs, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So Ubisoft started their own NFT thing, and it bombed so hard, it's hilarious.
Yeah, this was the same
Yeah.
with Discord, right? They
Oh.
started to NFT as well, and then they did go back because of the shitstorm.
No, they went with it, and it's so bad. They need to pay twice as much as they already made from this.
And the amount of people using them is like 15 or something. It's so bad, and I'm not even glad about that. Is what you be and what NFTs.
But yeah, we can use the failure of greed to transition to something a bit happier. So,
Yes.
Well, I did hear one last note on NFTs, which I will share since it just happened.
oh,
Yes. I think it was just the other day.
About the Google.
Don't know about that. But, let me find it real quick. I just watched something on it.
Yeah, they figured out that you can actually like delete images of NFTs with the Google.
yeah, and make it into completely break the link essentially.
And that was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I'm so
Okay.
glad that exists.
Well, the video that I saw earlier does not have the name of the game. But, if you're into sci-fi games, you've probably heard of Star Citizen.
Oh yeah,
And, there's another game in the same genre. Except that it's entirely based on all of the gear being NFTs. So, they made news because they sold the most expensive virtual ship ever. One ship sold for I think it was like $50,000.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Don't ask.
I refuse to
Yes.
believe that's real.
That it can't be, right?
No, actually, wait, I retract that. It's real, but it's someone they hired to do that
Maybe.
for the publicity
Who knows?
stunt. I refuse to believe people are that dumb.
I mean,
Right.
just look at
But
Star
yeah.
Citizens, right? The prices for the ships
Never
they have in there.
never underestimate people with money.
So, the concept is that everything in the world is an NFT. So there's a single copy. So there's just one of that ship. And apparently, because there's only one copy, it's sort of the ever ship at the moment. Even though they don't have a playable game. The art alone was enough to sell it.
I mean, to be
But,
fair, the only people who have been involved with NFTs like really, really involved are the ones who know that it's a scam, but they're trying to scam others even harder.
Well, that and people with too much money.
There's the people who don't know and they think NFTs all of their life is that and not goal and
There actually
do
was
know
a business that purchased a MMO. I have to read it somewhere. They used this MMO for NFT stuff, and then they actually want to purchase even more MMOs and turn this into an entire hub.
Oh, I think I remember that one.
Wait, which MMO was this?
I forgot the name.
But yeah, I think that was the first I've heard of that one.
I know they want to do it to a lot of games. Because NFTs appeal to whales. That's the whole reason.
I mean,
Oh,
seriously,
God,
if
the
you're that
whales.
much in love with damage number, go play a DPS. Honestly.
or play one of it is it working where every do about to do damage to 11 game on 10.
But yeah, the rise of NFTs. Definitely one of the worst points of 2021. And we've only seen the beginning.
Yeah, Legends of Aria, is it?
Oh yeah, that was the one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, so, let's get to some positives. Or do we want to do a few more negatives?
I think that's
Yes.
enough negativity, personally.
All right,
Well-
it's time to raise our spirits now.
Yeah.
I mean, we
I do
haven't
have a
talked
couple
about your run yet, but
So, I do have a couple of things, game-wise, that are negatives for this year, which I want to touch on very quickly.
Okay.
Small list. So, right. Persona 5 wasn't this year, but Strikers was. And I can get Strikers on PC, but I can't get 5 on PC. Because Atlas.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I want to point that one out. Atlas, whenever you want to get to the PC, I'll be here. I already own Strikers. I just can't play it.
To be fair, I also own Strikers, and the only game that Liz has put out, well, besides Strikers on PC, was Persona 4 Golden.
Yes.
Actually, I think there's also Persona 3 now.
Is there really?
I think
don't
so,
know
yeah.
if they've done 3 yet.
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing it. Hold on.
Okay.
I think I do know which one that they should that one other game that they should put out, and that would be like that would be Persona 2, especially if you don't have access to your PS3/PS1 anymore, since Eternal Punishment you could actually get on your PS3. Innocent Sin, however, you couldn't get it all. So yeah, I would definitely suggest to Atlas to put those two on Steam.
I mean, I'm willing to let them hire some other company to do the work of porting it over.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like us to be able to play these games.
Exactly.
Come on, Atlas.
I bet you could play this with PlayStation Now, if they have this in this thing.
yeah, probably.
I don't know. But
Oh, okay.
Let's take a look.
Slightly my bad. The one that they did get over is Shin Megami Tensei 3, not Persona 3.
Ah, okay.
They are in the same universe, just very different games.
Yeah.
actually, 2 of those are now on PC, I think. No. Wait, no. There are 2 on PC.
Yeah, they don't have
And that fact,
Persona 5.
I actually beta tested Shin Megami Tensei, the MMO, on PC ages ago.
Oh yeah, I have played this as well.
I also played that.
Imagine,
I
right?
loved it. I'm so sad it closed the English version.
Oh, they have actually private servers running, I think.
Yeah, probably somewhere.
But continuing the theme, Lost Judgment. The only system you can't get it on. PC. I know why. It's because of the main actor's talent agency. They're worried if it comes to PC, people can do things to the game and mod it in ways they don't want.
They can still do this
But-
when they don't have
they-
it on PC.
Hold on. They think we, the PC players, cannot do stuff with their models and whatnot, even if they're not on PC. On what
Apparently that's what
planet
they
do they live on?
Well, I mean, consoles are a little more locked down, but people do it
No,
anyways.
like we don't even need the models. We'll make them from scratch as long as we know what they look like.
Yeah, but that's their concern. That is likeness. That's why it will not come to PC. I would love to play it. But I cannot.
This reminds me of the Overwatch scandal a few years ago
Which one?
with the pornos.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Still, which one? Because
also
there's
on
multiple.
Atlas. Also on Atlas. Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's Switch only. I don't know why. You'd at least think you would get, like, PlayStation. Or maybe Xbox. In some Wild Fantasy world.
I don't think
It's
this is
only on
new
Switch.
news. I think they have to use those Shin Megami Tenseis all the time on Nintendo consoles. Like the last one we had were on like PlayStation 2, Digital Devil Saga.
Yeah.
Aside from the
Still.
Persona games.
Mm.
I really think they need to get into the world of multi-platform releases. Oh, not really a 2021 thing, but that did just remind me. One other trend, I would really like to see.
More Game Pass.
I'm looking at Square Enix for this one, but why is Final Fantasy only on Epic? Come on. I know you love money.
Give it
But
time.
I think
So
they have
long
the
to
time
get to PC.
exclusive.
Yeah, I think they
Probably.
have the time exclusive.
Probably. But it was already timed exclusive on the PlayStation. Come on. Give us a break.
What's the bone here?
Exactly. I am playing it now. So, I will have more comments later on that. But, double exclusives are something that I think this year is a first for. I don't remember double exclusives before this year.
Yeah, probably not.
En dat die jij rice radio. En yeah, en die jij rice one.
Those are my notes.
En you hear me?
Yes.
En yeah,
Those are my notes.
bin the that is not helping.
So, I think that covers low points of the year. So, Who wants to start with some high points?
Game Pass.
I did hear about Game Pass.
Yeah, I used this basically since I started VTubing this year. I had like 8 to 9 months and I just paid like $2 for this.
Oh my god! Wait.
Yeah, they have
Oh,
a
wait.
lot of promotions, and you basically get like 2 to 3 months for $1, and from time to time you get extra one. So I basically got through the entire year just with Game Pass.
Where is this? And where can I get it?
PC Game
Not
Pass.
sure. I'm not sure if that.
Is it there,
It's a
Xellius? You're not
Euro-only
even
thing.
sponsored.
No, I'm not sponsored. I mean, if they want to sponsor me, hey, here I am.
But yeah, I would agree. I'm still playing Forza 5 almost every day.
I posted the link in Discord collapse chat.
Well, since we did talk a little bit
Oh.
about exclusivity before, I'll also go on with the one case of exclusivity doing good for a game that I've come across so far, and that is Mortal Shell.
Oh yeah, they have this on Game Pass.
Yes, they do. The game was actually not supposed to be finished because the person didn't actually have enough money. And as far as I can gather, Epic just came in and said, you know what, we'll give you the money, you finish the game. We like what you see. Give us a timed exclusive and we'll give you the money to finish it. And it's bloody fantastic. Highly recommend. It's also out on Steam now, so...
Yeah, I think it's everywhere now. So Game Pass
can
is
figure
probably
it
the
out.
best deal.
True.
So, some other things, more VTuber oriented that I will mention. First is the release of VTube Studio on PC.
Wait, that was it the year?
That was
Yep.
this year.
yeah, it was this year.
Oh,
It was about, I want to say, April? But yeah, that was this year. It was on phone before that. But if you didn't have a phone, you couldn't use VTube Studio. And it was
Yeah,
quickly
like
becoming
at all.
one of the best 2D ones for 2D avatars. In fact, recently, along with the PC release, they have dynamic lighting, plug-in support, and hand tracking. So, huge things. Huge things.
Yeah, we had a lot of VTuber stuff this year, like in terms of tech. I think this will
Yes.
even go crazier the next year.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Another nice
mean,
thing
it's
is like
wide
all
open now.
those little assets you get from everywhere, right? I mean, for free from the peoples.
Yeah, shout out to all the artists making free assets, honestly.
Overlays and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
yeah.
True.
You guys are MVPs.
And then we have those networking threads.
Oh, it's
Everywhere.
been such a long time since I've seen one.
I see those
Actually
things 10
missed them.
times a day. On my
I mean, they
Twitter
still
head.
exist. But a lot of the bigger people have stopped doing them. Usually because traction is low. They get
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
actually
attention.
stopped to
but-
react to those.
Yeah. I'll do one once in a while, if it's someone I know. But otherwise.
That's fair.
And, I have two other bits that affect VTubers. Both of them are related to Elgato. But I have to mention them. First, a big one for me, since I use a capture device, to link the PCs together. Elgato released a sound driver, which seems like a simple thing. But for the longest time, their capture cards, you couldn't just capture sound. You
Wait,
couldn't.
what?
Yeah. You had to capture video. Or nothing. They finally released, after a very long time, across the board, for all their capture cards.
After
Sound driver.
10,000 years.
It seemed obvious to me when I started doing 2PC streaming. The first thing I went and said was, if I'm getting audio, why can't I just get the audio? I don't need the video all the time.
That
In
is
fact,
fair.
right now, I'm using the audio, but not the video. But that's been huge. Probably more for me and other people with 2PC setups. But I thought they deserved a mention.
Yeah, and they
that's
actually
that.
have added. The other thing was like they have added the plugin support for the Elgato Wave, right?
Yes, VST support
Yes, that thing.
across all the Wave software. So if you use a Wave 3 or a Wave XLR, they now have VST support, which is huge.
I actually used that.
I wish I could. Sadly, I cannot use that because I don't have a Wave mic or an XLR mic. So,
I have one.
one of these years. I do use a VST though. Actually, a couple. And I run one program just to run the VSTs. So, I would love to have a Wave mic or a XLR mic so I can use the Wave software. It would cut down the number of programs I need to run.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought they deserved
Banana.
definitely honorary mentions for those things. Those things are huge.
Yeah, they sound quite useful. I personally don't have anything from them currently, at least. So I can't really comment on that. But they do sound important. So props to them.
Yeah, and they are expensive, but you get good stuff for the price.
I know some people don't like Elgato. Like, my brain stopped.
Tick.
Booster. That's what I'm trying to think of. Booster's not high on Elgato products. So, I know he will definitely not recommend their stuff. But, I mean, they definitely have
Wait.
shown a desire to improve.
When you say booster, do you mean a certain ghastly
Yeah, I got-
fellow?
It goes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. I seem to remember something very similar happening when it actually destroyed his PS3 completely. So that might have something to do with it.
Yes. He's not alone. There are other people that don't really like Elgato and consider them too expensive. But, I mean, they're going the right direction. They're adding useful features. And for any company that wants to do that. I mean, we could talk about some other companies that are removing features.
Oh,
Blizzard.
Blizzard is one thing, but oh boy, can I open the can of worms with Bungo, aka Bungie, and Destiny.
Oh,
Yeah, selling skins.
oh boy.
I'm
Here
a
we
little itty, go
go.
ahead.
Like,
Alrighty.
selling skins is one thing, but they have literally removed entire maps and areas and quests that people have specifically paid for from the game.
What the fuck?
Why?
Yeah!
And their excuse, get this, their excuse, it's taking too much space and no one's playing them.
And maybe they wanted to sell them as NFTs.
I will not put it past them.
No.
Honestly, that just is alright. So, if you've paid to play those quests, that doesn't really sound like much of an excuse to me.
Because it's not. Let's be honest, it's the second dumbest excuse I've heard the entire year, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah. Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. If you've already paid for them, clearly you're playing those quests.
That, or they designed the areas really badly.
Oh, that's an entirely different can of worms.
Well, what I mean,
Yeah.
if there's no reason to ever go back there, then I could sort of understand if no one's really playing there.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, that just proves that you have a failure there. No one's going there. Why aren't they going there? What can we do to bring players back?
Oh, and on that subject, since we are talking about removing stuff and whatnot, here's a company that did the exact opposite thing after they realized the players were like, you know, that content was cool, can we get more of that again? And I'm talking here about ANET and the game Guild Wars 2. The first season of Living Story is not actually playable in-game. However, later in the seasons, which are permanently available now, they learned the lesson after season 1. I'm scared to look up what season Destiny is at. I'm pretty sure it's past 10.
Oh yeah, definitely past 10.
Okay, so in over 10 seasons, Destiny did not learn the lesson. It took Guild Wars devs 1 season to be like, you know, maybe this isn't working. Maybe we should let people play the story stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, which publisher was it again who said we can't sell single player games, nobody plays them? EA, right?
I believe so.
I think
Yeah.
it was either EA or Ubisoft. It's one of the two. It's always
Yeah.
one of the two.
Right.
Another nice thing this year was like the thing with the Cyber Project thing here, where they lost the source code of Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, that disaster.
Yeah,
Oh,
where they
no.
sell this on the Darknet.
Though I feel bad if anyone actually bought the source on the dark web. When I hear, the contents were encrypted, so you'd have to break the encryption to actually use it.
They already did.
Who knows who has purchased this stuff? Maybe Blizzard? Maybe
That
they
would
want to
be
make a new
hilarious.
MMO.
Also, speaking of Cyberpunk, since that can of worms was opened, let's talk a bit about its future. Because here's something that most people don't know. But one of the devs in charge of bringing updates to the game was so intelligent that he made this statement. Not all open worlds should have car chases. Elden Ring, for example, will not have car chases. Zelda will not have car chases. I'm going to allow a few moments of silence to permit the neurons of everyone in the room to recover from that stupid statement. Because he compared Cyberpunk to Elden Ring and Zelda.
I mean, if you call your character in Elden Ring Core, and I call my Elden Ring character Core, and I chase you, then we have a chase in Elden Ring.
You can actually have more of a car chase in Elden Ring than you can in Cyberpunk.
Well,
I
I mean, you can race in Cyberpunk. So.
Yeah,
sort
but
of.
there are actually no proper police chases. Like, the system is completely broken and they know it, and they have no plans to fix it. And their excuse is not all games should have that. not all open world games. The problem with that argument is that every single crime-oriented game has that. GTA,
Yeah.
Mafia, Lenoir, all of them. Like hell, even the Western ones have that.
Red Dead Redemption.
Thank you. That's the
Yup.
one I was looking for. But yeah, those are the type of people that work on Cyberpunk.
I mean, that's
Also,
one death.
speaking of Cyberpunk, I would like to thank them. And not for making the game per se, but for having a certain offer that gave me 10 more games, allowed me to refund Cyberpunk, and left me to keep the 10 games.
Amazing.
That is awesome.
I mean, if it works out.
Zero regrets.
Personally, I like Cyberpunk. I
Yeah,
don't
it's a
like
good game.
everything
An
about
okay
it,
game.
but
But it's not what they promised. That's my issue with it. And they
Yeah, that's the
lied.
problem.
They
Oh,
lied
yeah.
and they knew they were lying.
I
They
mean,
removed like 70% of the things they have shown in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, that sort of happens to a lot of games. There was a really good series, looking into the history behind the Halo games. That was done by G4 just a little bit ago. And, you see... Well, let me put it this way. Early Halo feels a lot like Cyberpunk. However, somehow, they made a decent game out of it.
Well, yeah, that's the
I
thing.
mean-
They made a decent game out of it. But I don't think
It was
the
a
guys
miracle,
in
though.
charge of Cyberpunk have even an idea of how to do that.
Well, that was the thing. With Halo, the guys in charge didn't really have any clue how to get to the endpoint and be a workable game. Their team members are the ones who did it all. And I think Cyberpunk just shows that a lot of modern games are too big for that. You know, your one-star coder cannot finish your game for you. No matter how much they might want to. But like, one guy coded all of the multiplayer in the original Halo. One guy.
I think I heard about that. That's actually very impressive.
I mean, he revolutionized the way people played multiplayer games. So, I don't know his name, but wherever you are, we all thank you.
A salute to a real one.
Yep.
Because, yeah, multiplayer games before that point sucked. I remember them. It was not good.
I love to play a Warhawk on PS3 back in the days.
Surprisingly, I don't think I've played that many multiplayer games back in the day. I've done a lot more of them recently, honestly.
I mean, so, history lesson from Cammy. But, I may have played the original MechWarrior online. Well, it wasn't online back then. It was multiplayer. Because there was no online yet. I was really young. But, it used, the GameSpy lobby system.
Oh, I
Oh,
remember
no.
those.
DOS. Yeah, I was really young. But, was a thing. That was a thing. I remember those days. They were painful.
Indeed.
So,
Yep.
Well, I happen to have one more nasty detail of sorts on my list. So let's just cross that off while we're still in the department, shall we?
okay.
Although I think this is a bit more hilarious rather than anything else. So I'm gonna assume most of you know the game It Takes Two, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the company Take-Two decided to sue them for the name.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
This just reminds me of the time that No Man's Sky got sued by an internet provider
Sky,
for
yeah.
having the name Sky. Yeah,
Wow.
because you can own the Sky apparently.
Apparently so.
Trademarks are weird. People don't really understand the difference between trademarks and copyright. But,
No, they don't. Especially
Copyright.
not Take-Two.
doesn't require enforcement. But trademarks do. You lose your trademark if you don't defend it. So you end up suing people you probably should never touch. But that's how our system works. Yes, of course it does.
Outdated, like the copyright system.
So far, I just
Yes.
found to find that the only two cases that I'm very much aware of that have also become public of a random company suing a poor game, and the game ends up being a giant success.
Wasn't
Like-
this Prey? Prey of Gods, or how this was called? With Ubisoft?
Oh, that also happened, yeah. So it happened with Prey of Gods, it happened with No Man's Sky, and it also happened with Take-Two. I think I see a pattern. Pick a name for your game that will get you sued.
Pretty much.
Not actual advice, don't do that.
Yeah, no, for legal reason, this is not a good advice.
But
yes.
it's still fine, it
I
happened
don't
3
think you want
times.
sued. That's never fun.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
The lawyers are the only ones who win.
The house always wins.
Yep. Ain't that the
Which is
truth?
the lawyers.
Exactly.
So, I have a list of games that are highlights for me this year. Should I go through the list and we can talk about things?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
I also
I
have
put
my
the
list right
games
here.
into 2 categories. Games I played and games I still need to play. Because I haven't had time for them all. Too many good games. But I'll start with the games I played. So, a little known game that I streamed really early on, which was Haven.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes. Very cute game.
And nasty.
It's definitely not Game of the Year. It had some control issues. But, I found the story interesting, and I loved the characters. Best characterization, for most of the year, actually. I think it wasn't until, like, Life is Strange and Tales of Arise that I saw anything that had the characterization from Haven.
Neo Replicant
So-
had some nice characters.
That it did.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. I haven't played that. It's on my list. It's on my list. Next on my list, Subnautica Below Zero. Which really feels like it did not come out this year. Because I've played it before.
Wasn't it there forever or something?
Well, it was in early access for like the last 2 or 3 years. And of course,
Yeah.
it's built on the first Subnautica. So, you sort of know what you're getting into. But the final version did release this year, and I thought it was a nice improvement. I wasn't as into the story, but I like the stuff they did technically and mechanically. Making some things a lot easier, which I really prefer. I mean, you could tell it you wanted to build something, and it would tell you what you need to build it. The early game, the original, did not have that. Which seems like such an easy thing. But, I really like the update. So, that makes my list. I have mixed feelings about this next one. But Fantasy Star Online 2.
Ugh.
New Genesis.
Oh, oh my goodness.
I played this for 5 days and I was done.
Some strong reactions here.
Yes. I told you I had mixed
I-
feelings.
I'll say this: I've only played it for about a couple days, and I couldn't take it. Honestly, I'm not really much of a fan of it.
So there are some things I like. I like
I
the
was
Yes, but I
disappointed.
got bored of that.
Yeah, because you do all the time the same. You run around, shoot, run around, shoot, and do quests, and that's it in the game.
Yes. The content is too small, but the graphics are nice. I like the customization system. And that's pretty much it. Oh, the animations are nice. So there is that too. But, yeah, those were the nice points. There just wasn't enough. It was a way too small a game. It needed like 5 maps, not one big map. So, that does get a mention, but a mixed one. A lot of these early ones this year were kind of like that. So, my next one, Scarlet Nexus.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
That
actually a
was
game
on my
pass.
list.
I loved Scarlet Nexus.
Yeah, I played the heck out of the game. 100 hours
I haven't
plus.
played it yet.
So, I didn't play it as
Okay.
much as you guys did. Well, I played it more than Allie, but otherwise, Played it
You also
really
play
easy.
more than me because I haven't played it yet.
Game Pass, you can play
Okay.
it there.
yes. I didn't really enjoy the controls, but I loved the visuals, and I thought the story had some interesting elements. But I stopped playing it, and there's one simple reason. I don't think it's a good game for me on Twitch. I had really low viewership whenever I played it.
I mean, that's natural because a
Yeah.
lot of people play it when it gets released because of the hype. That's
Yeah.
basically for each new game.
Mhm.
I mean, somewhat. I had the same problem with Tales of Arise, which is coming up on my list. But, some people can make those work. I can't. So I will come back to those. And I do want to play more Scarlet Nexus.
I mean, you can play
but-
those kind of games in your Discords if you have enough people who want to watch that.
I've never
If you know what I
done
mean.
Discord watch-alongs, or however you want to put that. Maybe I'll do that someday. But that was a big thing for me. Since since I went from having like, 3 to 5 people each stream to having one person a stream.
That doesn't
It was-
bother me.
It was really hard.
I feel your pain there.
Yeah, I got this as well. With a few games.
So I really want to play it. And you guys can talk about it since you've played more. But I just couldn't stream it. Sadly. Didn't do well on YouTube for me either. So
I think niche games are good for streaming. Like games that are not extremely hyped when they get released. Like Crystals, as example, was a good one.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Also, Lobotomy Corporation. The amount of support I've gotten on that, Jesus Christ.
Another thing that could work is like if you start to stream the game that is hyped like, I don't know, 2 to 3 months later. Because the hype is gone by that point.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
one
most
of
of
the
the people
reasons.
playing it for the hype will have moved on, and then the people who want to see more of it will probably watch it then.
Exactly.
Yes. Which is why it's on my list to come back to. But, do you guys have anything else to say about Scarlet Nexus?
Well, not really. Most of my experience is from watching either you or Xellius.
Yeah, I think they could have pulled a little bit more out of the story. I mean, in the end it was not bad, but when I compare like Scarlet Nexus to, let's say, like Stargate, in terms of time manipulation and time travel, they could learn a lot.
That's true.
Yeah.
They had a good setup, but didn't utilize it to the maximum.
I mean, I didn't even get to the time travel parts. So,
I mean,
Oh,
even
sorry.
Crystals was better than...
Oh,
they
Crystals was
existed.
fantastic.
Yep.
but, yeah. I knew they were there. It just took a long time to get to those parts. So, I think that covers Scarlet Nexus. Next on my list, as I mentioned, is Humankind. I didn't play it on stream, because strategy games don't tend to do well on Twitch. So, I didn't play it on stream at least. But it was Civilization. Same game, different names. Which I find funny. I don't know if you guys played it, but if you've ever played Civilization, you know Humankind.
Never played those.
Yeah, I haven't played. I haven't played it either.
I know I don't
I mean, I
stream
know
them,
Age of Empires.
but I mean, Civilization games, and therefore Humankind, are more the... Well, they're almost 4X games. So it's more like
Oh, I know 4X.
Stellaris. So... But, yeah, your goal is to take the world. And you gotta build cities, and be strategic.
Even as Vtuber.
But it was a good game. It was just more Civ, though. Which I'm fine with. But, yeah. It died off really quick. I don't know anyone who's still talking about it. But, I thought it was worth a mention. Next on my list, Life is Strange. True Colors.
I still need to play that.
Yeah. I know
I only
I
played
played
the
it.
first one.
I played the first one, not the second one, and then I played this one. I actually like this one more than the first one, but the first one is definitely longer. This is a shorter game. Though they did
Is it
release.
visibly shorter?
It took me like 4 streams, I think. So it's like 16 to 20 hours. So, the first game, I think, took me 40. So.
Oh yeah, okay. That's very. That's very. What's the word I'm looking for? Obvious. There we go.
Yes, it's kind of notable. The world feels a little smaller. It definitely is. But the story is really good. One of the more compelling stories of the year. I like a lot of the characterization. If you haven't played it, it's worth it. And a high point, probably for me and Allie, is that you can be the lesbian path or the straight path. So.
In what? In
Life is
which
Strange.
game?
Life is Strange, True Colors.
Oh wait,
Yeah. You can date the female character, NPC wise, or you can date the guy character. And I like the dynamic. She's sort of a telepath, though they present it as empathy, so she feels emotions of other people. And you sort of grow and develop that ability through the game. Which is kind of compelling. I mean, the first game, you had time manipulation, and that was sort of your stick. Here it's all about emotion, bringing out certain emotions to learn information about the bad guys, or learning how to stop your would-be friends, because they're not quite friends yet when you do this, but stopping a suicide, or healing someone's heart. I mean, big emotional things. So, though, it is a Square Enix game, and because of that, there is one big issue. Didn't need to be a big issue, but it was. There's obviously a streamer mode. A lot of games have streamer modes. Usually that just means you get the non-copyrighted music. And,
Yes.
you go on and you don't even notice.
Oh yeah, I know why I rather element with that.
Yeah. This was sort of the big negative of the game, if you were a streamer. Life is Strange, True Colors. If you're in streamer mode, and you get to a copyrighted song, they just delete it.
Wait, so they didn't add anything in place?
No.
That reminds me of the E3 with Japan.
Oh yeah, that's complete silence.
with Kami's rage on Twitter.
Yeah. The first time you see it, 2 of the main characters are singing. But there's no music. There's no words. They're just
What?
moving around.
Wait, not even the words?
Not even.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's worse. Like,
That is so bad.
they just took out the entire video and were like, separate sound,
Just the audio.
separate audio, delete.
Yeah, you get the sound effects. So like,
Oh my god, so they left the sound effects in.
so they do like air guitar, and you see them pick up the broom to do a guitar thing, and you hear that, but you don't hear the song.
My god. That's.
I think I've only seen something on a similar level. in the remaster of Dark Souls 2, where they moved the chest, but forgot to move its shadow.
I don't remember the game, but there is another Square Enix game from this year that did the same thing.
Guardians of
I don't
Galaxy?
think I played it though. I think it might have been Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean, they even had like copyright-free sounds for Guardians of the Galaxy on the E3.
Yeah, but in the final game, I remember hearing streamers talk about it. How when they played, they did not get any of the music when it was copyrighted. So they had silence, but they at least had vocals and sound effects. So I think this is what Square Enix wants to do to avoid copyright. But yeah, part of the concept of Life is Strange: True Colors is that the main character you play as is a guitarist and a singer, and all our music is copyright. All of it.
I can imagine already.
Yeah. Great story. Do not stream it. I played it a second time, and it was so much better. Because you could actually hear the songs. There was not just dead air. And I was not the only streamer to play it. I saw several other VTubers that played it, and they had really interesting reactions. Because we sort of have to fill the dead space. And we have no idea what's going on. It literally makes no sense at times. So, yeah. Great game. Square kind of shot it in the foot. But, since I think I'm the only one that played it, we'll jump to the next one. Which is Tales of Arise.
Oh yeah.
Yet to play that, but I
That was a good
really
game.
want to.
I played it for about 2 weeks. I had really bad numbers though. Even on YouTube, no one was looking for it yet. So,
I mean, nobody is watching like Let's Plays on YouTube.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
I
from
do
time to time.
regularly get people that find my stuff, but it's very hit or miss. But sometimes, like, what was it? I can't remember what I just played. That's always good. But there was a game I was just playing.
Blue Red and Light.
Oh, yeah, Blue Reflection. It didn't do well when I was streaming it, but lots of people
It was
found
good.
it on YouTube. So, I could get away with playing it on Twitch and then just uploading it to YouTube, because it would do well there, even if it didn't on Twitch.
And to be fair,
But,
you can probably say that about a lot of things. It's just a matter of
I mean,
when will they actually
yeah.
do well on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I really like Tales of Arise. It was a compelling story. I got all the characters. And that's when I decided I had to move on. I didn't want to, but I had to. And I will come back to it at some point. I'll have to rewatch my own playthrough and then pick up where I left off. But I can do that. And I will do that at some point. But yeah, too many large streamers were still playing it when I was. So I was almost unnoticeable. So yeah. That is definitely one that I liked. So, what'd you guys think? I know Xellius played it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tales-
I watched
Yep.
him play it.
Yeah, Tales of Rise was not bad. But I think, like, compared to Berseria and Xillia, I prefer those both more than Tales of
Yeah, it
Arise.
wasn't as good as Berseria.
I mean, the battle system was really great. I love the battle system in Arise.
Yeah. I like that component. It's also a very pretty game. Berseria not bad, definitely. But this is definitely a step up, graphically.
I actually think they combine Berseria and Xillia with the Arise in the future. Like, if you look at the ending or something like that.
I haven't gone
You
that far.
definitely might. It's an option.
Yeah. The option.
So, any other comments on Tales of Arise?
I liked it, but near the end, there's a point where there's like 4 hours of it was it done without anything in between, and that was a lot, and I just spaced out doing that. So yeah, it wasn't fine, but near the ending there was a yeah.
Yeah, just a grind fest.
I mean, that is kind of common for a JRPG. In fact, I'll touch on that very shortly for another title. But, I think I'm gonna jump to the next one on my list, which is Forza Horizon 5.
Oh
which
yeah,
I might
this was
be the only
great.
one that played. But, I don't really love racing games, but I still play this one. It's addicting. I collect all these cars, I tweak them, I give them fancy paint jobs. In fact, I've collected almost everyone in Hololive as a paint job.
I mean, for Forza Horizon 5, it's a really good game. I streamed this for, I don't know, 40 hours or something like that. And it's actually was not bad in terms of viewership.
Yeah, I streamed it a few times. It's been like a filler. When I have a change of schedule. I mean, people like watching you get in a fancy car and race around.
Yeah, or crush against walls, like I am.
Well, yeah, you're always getting against a wall. That's how racing works. Just ask my stream.
Or
I don't know,
rewind.
I think you
multiplayer.
underestimate Xellius's driving abilities.
Yeah.
Or overestimate, it depends.
I mean, when I was playing, I'd take a turn hard, and I'm just like, get out of my way. And chat goes, hell yes, crush those other cars.
I'm more like the Burnout Revenge driver. Straight in.
Oh yeah, that first turn, when everyone's bunched up, you just go in full speed and smack the other cars.
Yeah. If you don't make space for me, I make my space.
Exactly.
Oh heck yes. Oh heck yes. So, definitely one of the funnest games this year. I will comment though that it does have a streamer mode, and it doesn't turn off with the audio, but you don't get the
Replaces
radio
the audio.
stations. Yeah,
It replaces the audio you have then in there.
yeah, but the big change is no radio stations. When I was in streamer mode, I couldn't like change stations and get the DJs. But when you're not in streamer mode, You get the DJs, and it sounds like you're just listening to the radio. Or more like satellite radio. Because the quality is not like terrestrial radio. That'd be horrible if it was. But, yeah. One of the funnest games this year. Definitely. And it doesn't even really have a story. So it's not compelling like I usually get into a game. So, that's saying a lot. Next on my list is Halo Infinite. I have not played this on stream, but I did play the very first level. I don't know if any of you played it.
Yeah, I played it.
I
just a
have
little
not.
bit.
I've seen a friend play it.
Game Pass.
Yeah, no.
Of course, it's Game Pass.
Hey, yeah, Game Pass.
But, it looks terrific. And it doesn't play bad. So, I mean, I didn't get into the story. And I'm not really an FPS player. I have played the original Halo, and Halo 2, and Halo 3. But, I'm not really an FPS player. Generally. But what I did play was fun. I didn't get to the vehicles or anything. And, I definitely do need to play it at some point. So I'm looking forward to that. However, the reason I didn't play that was Blue Reflection, Second Light.
Yep, yep.
So I know me and Allie played it.
Indeed.
Yes.
I have been looking into it. Although that
It was
doesn't say
good.
much because I usually look into pretty much any game I can get my claws on.
Yeah, that's same for me.
So, I was really hyped for this. I played the original. And there are some weird
Not the video.
development stuff. But, at least for the original. I'm not aware of weird stuff with the development of the second one. But I think I'll speak both Allie and myself. It is a great emotional roller coaster.
Yep. Have you done New Game Plus yet or not?
I have not yet.
Yeah,
I haven't had time.
We can't without you, but we can't without you about the little ending and then.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, to explain Blue Reflection, you are a group of schoolgirls with magical powers, trapped alone in your own little side universe. And, from there, events ensue.
Yeah.
Simple concepts, but,
But do you
Yeah.
you then?
yeah. You get to know the other girls, you explore
Yeah,
They're
there's even a.
emotional.
Yeah. There was even canon gay characters, many of them. It's great.
Yes. There are. I think there's 11 or 12.
There was
I've
an
forgotten.
there was an characters in total, but only 6 of them are playable.
Yes. Not all of them get into battle. But There's a huge ensemble cast, and they're all important. And it's not like you can skip someone and never get to know them. You're gonna have to. And you want to. I mean, getting to know the girls is at least half the game.
And it would you
They're all-
rate?
What'd you want to say?
And it would you rate? It's all well made and yeah.
Yes. Very well made. It's also a JRPG. So, you level up, you gain skills. Well, you're also a magical girl. So, part of the battle system revolves around leveling up sort of during the battle. And when you do, you transform. So you get a new pretty outfit. And superpowers. I mean, that's the only way I can describe that. But, yeah. The only bad
Seems accurate.
The only bad part is that to get the true ending, you have to do New Game Plus. And,
Yeah.
there's a level cap. I believe it is level 30?
Maximum 50, but honestly, it's fine. I wasn't 47 when I did it in New Game, in not New Game Plus, and I just destroyed the final boss.
Yeah. In your first
So
run,
yeah,
definitely level cap. I hit that hard. I did a lot of the ending at max level already. So. But, it's got crafting. And crafting also gives you more details on the girls in the world you're in. There's even a redemption arc. Because one of the girls is a villain.
Ooh,
A nice twist.
very.
Sounds
Oh.
like Madoka.
A
Anime.
little bit, although.
I mean,
can you really
they
say
do
she
have
was
a little
villain?
in common. Being magical girls. And the villain, you get to know her better if you watch the anime. Because there's a linked, wider media. I don't know what you want to call it. Empire? For Blue
what do you
Reflection.
mean?
And in the anime, you first get to meet the villain. But,
Oh yeah,
yeah, she's a sociopath. She doesn't understand other people's feelings, and she enjoys pain. So, it's definitely a character. And the only reason you get to know her, rather than fighting her, is because, everyone in the world, except for you, loses their memory, and you have to regain their memory. So, by the time she remembers what sort of villain she was, you have sort of subtly changed her.
Subtly, of course.
So, it's still kind of hit or miss. You're gonna have to play it to see it. But, you wonder a lot of the times if she's just gonna switch and kill you all. So, I'm pretty sure Allie agrees with me on this, but, definitely in my top 5 for all year.
yeah. It's the end one. It's my first one is definitely up there. It's gonna stay with me for a while. And I'm gonna talk about Underwater. Yeah, that's the story, yeah. If you know, you know. Yeah. They wrapped up 8 years of storytelling and they did it really well. And even if I finished the story about a month ago almost at this point, it's still there with me and I'm still analyzing most of it because of the life lessons that they read in between it and all that. It's amazing.
Now, the only reason I can't say that it's my top game is because of my last game on my list, which is Final Fantasy VII Remake for PC.
House.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am definitely a Final Fantasy VII person. I do like 6, but I didn't play 6 until much later because I managed to get a copy of 7 for PC because I didn't have consoles until I bought them in college. So, well, not modern consoles anyways. But, yeah. So my first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy VII on PC. So, obviously, Final Fantasy VII Remake is gonna have a big impact on me. And it is. So I don't want to give away story. I mean, I'm not even done with the game. So, who knows where the story is going.
I know.
But,
Do as well.
I know you know. I know you know.
I think all of us know exactly where the story is going.
Yep.
I mean, I know from having read reviews that literally everything is turned on its head basically at the end. But I haven't gotten there yet. I mean, I just cloud up as a girl. So, you know where I am. You know where I am.
Yes.
No, that part scared me. I was so afraid I'd get that wrong, because they made it into a rhythm minigame, and I am horrible at those. Horrible.
Oh, I
What?
love rhythm games.
Yeah, I love that. I loved that part. That was so much fun.
Yes. If you like the rhythm gameplay, you should enjoy this segment. Me, though, it's really weird. I do actually play an instrument. So, I do know how to keep time, but I am bad at rhythm games. I think Xellius was there for it, but, in my playthrough, I think I got 1 bad, 2 goods, and the rest were great. So, I did probably my best I'm ever going to do. So, yeah. But I've enjoyed it. They've done a lot of mini games. It just looks so great. There's only one downside. And this is brought up a lot. There are levels when you're basically in a subway and trains rush by. However they coded this on PC did not work right. So, one train goes by and your frame rate goes from 120 FPS to 30. A second train goes by, and your FPS drops below 15.
Oh my god.
Below
So-
15.
You're in the middle of fights, and trains go by. It's very noticeable. It's very noticeable.
Yes, I can imagine how that might be a slight issue.
Yeah. Agreed.
But any other time, it's not an issue. I mean, I've been getting pretty much rock solid 120 FPS. So, it's just those parts. It's like an hour of time, basically. I ran around trying to find hidden stuff, so it took me a little bit longer. But, yeah, it's probably only like an hour that the game is doing this. Though, I do have a 3070, so not the highest end, but I heard
Still good.
from a lot of streamers that they were having similar issues, and they have 3080s, 3080 Ti's, and 3090s. So, however they coded that, they did it really wrong. But otherwise, I mean, it's very seldom that I drop below 120 frames per second, which is impressive. I mean, even the PlayStation is not getting 120 FPS. So,
That's actually true.
yeah,
I can attest to it because I played it on PS4.
yeah. I know
Yeah,
it's
they are
out
kept
on
at 60.
PS5,
Oh yeah.
and they're still capped at 60.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's impressive. I mean, lots of PC games run at, 120 or 144 or higher. But, it's basically a port. And it lacks, like, a lot of, like, normal graphics settings for a PC game. Which might actually be the problem with the trains. There's like almost no settings for graphics. I mean, I don't even think there's presets. You can't like select medium quality. Somewhere in the back end, it basically figures out how to keep your game going. And you don't have any control over that. But, it
That
just
just
looks
sounds
beautiful.
like a console port, honestly.
Well, yeah.
Like a very
It's
bad
been
one.
the big
Mhm.
it's been the big downside for a lot of people who have been playing it when I have. And I think I get a lot of people coming in just to see what it actually looks like on PC. Because I get a lot of people, they come in for like 5 or 10 minutes, they watch what I'm doing, and then they go away. So, I don't know about you guys, but on Twitch, usually I'll have 40 to 60 people that actually like watch the stream while I'm going. The number of views total. But the average will be like, 1 to 10. So, usually there's like 4 times as many people that watch as my average. But for this game, it's very different. I had 150 people stop in briefly and then go away. So it really feels like they want to see what it looks like. And there's a lot of complaints about like the graphical features and the FPS, but at least least in my experience, it's not bad in any way, except for that one issue with the subway. So, that's what I have to say about that.
Okay then. A solid list, I would say.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I do have games I haven't played, but I want to. I don't know if some of the ones you guys want to talk about are on that, or if you just want me to hand it off to one of you to give us your top games. It's up to you guys.
I mean, I can talk about like a couple of my top games, at least the ones we haven't touched yet.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah, like one is like Outriders, FPS game.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you basically crash on a new planet and you have to kill a lot of monsters. Stuff like that. They have like 3 different classes. Yeah, fire power-man, so then you have one tech guy who uses like machinery. And the other one is a trickster. He was like an assassin. The game had a nice story, but the endgame is bad. Really bad.
I've heard it's
Another
pretty
nice
much
game.
dead.
Yep.
And that's with
Another
going to
nice-
Game Pass.
Yeah, yeah, that is actually a Game Pass already.
Yes.
Oh, that's Xellius' shtick for now.
Yeah, I need a counter for Game Pass. Yeah, another nice game was Last Stop. I had a flash playing that one. You basically start with as a Familienvater, and then you encounter some old guy. He touches you, and then all of a sudden you swap the body with like one of the IT guys.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Roll
that guy.
by me again.
Yeah,
Do I need to call the police or something?
Last Stop. Yeah, that game was great. All those scenes. Yeah, something else. I started to play Valheim and Stardew Valley. I mean, for streaming those games, they are really great. If you have stuff you can talk about this.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing Minecraft collabs, and that's sort of the same thing. You know, building, getting attacked, dying.
Yeah, talking about different kind of stuff in sandbox games is really hard, I think.
Yeah.
Especially because of the repetition.
I mean, I like doing that as a collab, because there's other people to talk to and bounce
Yeah,
off
that
of.
makes it easier.
This reminds me, I still can't believe you. Even after all of the jokes I made, Kami knew about it, I knew about it, all of the 3 chats knew about it, Xellius didn't, that I went off on my own, took the boat and killed the entire island. Solo.
Yeah, Valheim.
Yes.
Like, you're so surprised to see drops all over the island, and I was like, oh yeah, Xellius, wait, you didn't catch on. I wasn't joking when I said I took the boat for a ride.
I don't
And
have
killed
time.
everything.
I was building stuff. I
I
had
mean,
to
I
chop
was
down
doing
trees.
stuff too, but
I made so many jokes about taking the ship while you're not looking. Like, it was so obvious.
It reminds
It's
me of
okay.
Sea of Thieves, where we sunk that one ship that came to attack us.
Oh yeah, never try and sink us me or Xellius, we're gonna steal
Yeah.
your ship and sink it in front of you.
Single person.
Okay. Is there anything else you had?
The last game I played was The Gunk. I mean, you
Oh,
run
yeah.
around, you collect like the shit and stuff like that. The game is not bad. I mean, if you want to play it, definitely go for it. I mean, you can finish this one like in one stream. It's like 6 hours long.
Yeah.
And recently,
I
I
heard.
started to play A Plague Tale Innocence. I'm 6 hours into the game. The game is like
no.
I don't 12 to 20.
Wait, what do you mean,
hours.
oh no?
Yeah,
The
what do you mean?
rats.
Oh no. Yeah,
The
the rats. Yeah,
rats.
that game is great. I love this one. I can't wait to play more of that.
Sorry, but rats creep me out.
Understandable.
Very understandable.
I mean, besides the fact they're eating people. So. Maybe not at the start, but I know eventually they swarm over people and eat them. So,
Actually, pretty much at the start. It's pretty close to it, to be fair.
I've never seen the whole thing, so.
Another nice thing this year was like all the games they gave away on Epic Games Store. Like every day a new
yeah.
game.
Yes, they have been doing that. They like to do
Reminds me,
that.
today I think it's Salt and Sanctuary, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That was actually the first game I finished on stream ever. Highly recommend.
I know.
And then
It
and
is
then
not
we
my
had
type of game.
Endwalker.
But... Oh yeah.
And I
I
played
know
the
you
heck
all
out
want to
of
talk
it.
about Endwalker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 8 classes at level 19. Combat
I
classes.
only have 11.
Nice.
Let me see.
But
Three
have you done the Royale yet or not?
Nah, not yet, not yet. I'm not into extreme hardcore raiding.
Yeah. On my end, I'm almost ready for the next week. My group
But I
is
finished
gonna
all
go
the...
week 1 to do the next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right now, I have 3 classes leveled up, and I have 3 gatherers and crafters leveled up to 90.
But yeah, I finished my leveling. We're good. We're now is I did all the road with or when we get the bonus with in the one.
Mm-hmm.
You can level all the crafter classes in one go if you go to the Grand Company and deliver the items.
Yeah, I don't.
I did levy quests, and I just made a whole bunch of like level 80 to 82 and 84 items, and I leveled up to 90 in the same day.
No, I mean like the Great Company, not like the Leaf Quest itself.
Oh, the
Like
Grand Company. I didn't know.
Grand-
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
And if you need money, you can just run fates and sell like that item you get after you have finished all the fates in all areas.
That's true.
Yeah, it's actually a mount where you need like 500 of those scroll things, and one of those costs my server 150k.
Mm. Speaking of which, you reminded me. I need to sell the item that I got from Heidel and EX last night.
So, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
that's
you all
for
enjoyed
me.
Endwalker.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
I think I'm the
The
exception here.
story is so good.
We need Hildebrand.
In my case, I have not leveled up to do new content. In fact, on my first playthrough of FF14, I was prepared to do Shadowbringers. And then I got distracted by work. And I never finished. So, I'm just a little bit behind. And I haven't had time. So, once the servers are okay again,
Oh no,
maybe I can actually play.
they're actually much better now. It doesn't take it doesn't take as long to it doesn't take the queue isn't as long at all. Like I think the max is maybe like 20 to 40 people.
Yeah, they removed all the free accounts. They disabled those.
The
Yeah.
worst I'm in well wondered I'm around this time of the night, but if you wait an hour, it's back to already.
Yeah, so you can you can definitely go back and play and you'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I can fit it in. We'll see you next year.
You would.
I have some big things coming up. So, I'm not sure where I'm gonna fit it.
Next year's going to expensive. Elden Ring, Forspoken, Final Fantasy 16.
I'm not sold on Elden Ring myself. But, that's
I
because
want
I'm not
100%
really
Elden Ring to
a Souls
just
player.
swallow me up for a good portion of the year.
Yeah. I expect you will definitely be playing a lot of it.
You can watch me die, I thought. Dark Souls 3 next year.
I mean, if it gets too hard, you can always call me and I'll come help. So there's
Yeah.
that.
I'm going to sacrifice you so I can progress.
Oh, you assume I'll die from anything
Yeah.
that's in that game. That's
The-
cute.
The boss sees you and he runs away.
I've had that happen, by the way.
What?
Yeah, so there's an actual boss in Dark Souls 3 that's player controlled. And the guy knew me because I was farming that boss, and he was like, oh, not this guy again. And he just ran the opposite way into a wall and was like, just end me. I don't want to be here.
Ghost of Tsushima gets actually a PC release as well in 2022, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think I read
Nice.
that somewhere.
I know there's a whole bunch of games that Sony wants to bring to the PC. Because they've had good success with Horizon Zero Dawn and a couple other ones. I don't remember
Yeah.
what they are.
Oh, that's
God
also
of-
another one I need to play.
God of War comes as well.
Yeah,
Also another one. I feel like I'm
I mean, it makes
essentially
sense.
Santa right now, but instead of a list of naughty and nice children, I have games I've played and games I need to play.
Another
And
nice
dear God,
game
the
you
list is long.
another nice game you could be interested in is like Sunnyside. If you like Stardew Valley, that's like a mixture with JRPG. You have turn-based battle system. Sandbox sim with JRPG elements.
I mean, I look at everything that is an RPG. So, or at least I try to. So, did anyone else have anything on their games you played that you wanted to bring up?
I actually have several.
I have a few
Okay.
as well.
Then
Okay, you
for
go
it.
first. I'll go last.
Okay. Well, one of the games that I played this year, some of you might have played it. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl.
Oh yeah, I have it.
Yeah, I was thoroughly happy with how everything turned out and everything, and it was a huge nostalgia trip going back to the Sinnoh region, especially since with the Sinnoh region, it was actually like it was actually the first game that I purchased myself when back in the day. So it holds a lot of sentimental value, and yeah, just the fact that it also wasn't as easy as well, in my opinion, as the other ones were, like Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, X and Y, stuff like that. I honestly enjoyed the challenge, especially when it came to the Elite Four and the champion Cynthia.
Yeah, that was a debate. That was
Yeah.
a night having
Oh, wait, where's Scum?
and you strategy and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cynthia's Garchomp was a menace, and I will never forget it for the rest of my life.
I unmarked the rubber with a melody initially.
Mm-hmm.
Or all melody with my orb.
I see. Okay. But yeah, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl. It was a really good nostalgia trip for me, and I'm glad I was able to pick it up and play it. Another game that I also played recently that I'm actually technically still playing is Kena Bridge of Spirits. It's
Oh yeah.
apparently according to someone that I was watching very briefly, it was like Kena Bridge of Spirits is Dark Souls but for kids.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because the graphics looks like it's something out of Pixar for one. Hence the
Oh yeah.
hence the kids part. And
Well, really quick.
Yep.
Let me interject.
Okay.
For Kenna, the graphics were done by a team, a French team, that is actually like cinematography crew for the French version of like anime. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay, that explains a few things.
Yeah, that explains a lot, actually.
Yes, this was their first PC game. So, well, first game period. But,
they did a really good job on it.
Yeah, it looks great.
yeah. I have not played it yet, but it's on my list of games to
Yeah.
play.
And my as
So-
well.
Yeah, it was on PlayStation. It was actually on sale. It was actually on sale for I think the original version was $27.99. PS Plus PS Plus sale included, and I believe the digital deluxe version was $34.99. So I was able to get the digital deluxe version and get all the other stuff like the goldenrod, the staff and everything, and also the soundtrack. And besides all of that, like the story so far, for as far as I've gotten to it, it's actually really cool, and really, and it gives me a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender kind of feels when it comes to like when it comes to like the spirits and everything.
I can see that. It's also
But
very,
yeah,
very Japanese. Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Miyazaki movie.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's definitely got that feel.
Yeah,
When I saw
definitely.
it.
But yeah, the graphics are beautiful. The the game is not too easy in the slightest. And it does give you a bit of a challenge. And yeah, like the story thus far, for as far as I played it, it's been really entertaining. It's actually kept me it's actually kept me at the edge of my seat. And I believe the last game that's on my list that I actually picked up earlier this year was Bravely Default 2.
Oh yeah. And games to play too.
Yep.
Yeah, Bravely Default. Since I played the first one way back then, I was easily excited for Bravely Default 2, and even though I haven't finished it yet, Bravely Default 2 has been it's been entertaining, to say the least. Like story wise, so far it's been there were actually like certain twists that I didn't necessarily see coming, and were actually some nice surprises in a way, and also at the same time like some very bad surprises, because for example, you think that one character is this way, and then does a complete 180 from what you originally thought. And yeah, while that was surprising, it also did get a rise out of me, which, when it comes to, in my opinion, when it comes to a game and like having you on the edge of your seat or entertained, that's something that I definitely I definitely like. And the gameplay itself, I want to say, is also very grind heavy.
But yeah, so we interrupt that, but I have an emergency I'm gonna have to go over now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, no
yeah,
problem.
let's
Take
take
care.
Take
yeah.
care.
Take care.
Oh, take care. But yeah, the game was like very grind heavy, and I just did not like. That's like the only thing that I did not like about it. That it was grindy and all that stuff. I still say it's very difficult in a sense, but not too difficult. But it's definitely a game that I would recommend when it comes down to it. And I think that's everything on my list. I really hope I'm not forgetting everything or anything.
Who knows?
Maybe we
It's
have a
hard
few
to remember.
games
I think,
on Raza's list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's also
But,
my list.
I want to make a quick note on Bravely Default 2.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I only played 3 games in the very brief time I had a working DS. But one of those was the original Bravely Default. And I didn't get to finish the game, but I did play probably a good 40 to 60 hours of it. So I am highly looking forward to playing Bravely Default 2. And I do own it already. So it is coming. It is coming. I just gotta fit it in.
Gotcha.
We need more Nintendo ports on PC,
We definitely
That's
do.
That's definitely true.
or at least a cloud thing.
Yeah, I don't think Nintendo itself will ever release PC games.
Yeah, they are too old for that.
Give it time.
Plus they're Japanese.
Trust me.
I I mean, Sony's a little bit better about that, but Nintendo is very much Japanese at its core. Sony's not quite that anymore. So, they're a little more open to things. Nintendo is not. So,
Not yet.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
yet. Give it time.
Only time will tell.
maybe eventually. I mean, it would be lively if I could play a Pokemon game again.
Oh yeah.
I didn't play enough Pokemon to ever really get into it. But, you know, it could happen.
I've actually never played Pokemon. However, a very similar game is on my list because just a few days ago, in fact, it got the last update to make it a release, technically.
I think I might know what you're talking about.
Does it have a funny sounding name?
Maybe?
Because it's Temtem.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, so for anyone who's unaware, Temtem is essentially a Pokemon game, but not in the Pokemon universe and not made by the guys who made Pokemon.
Yes.
Also, I can tell you this much, it's significantly harder. The amount of times I have come close to death, even though I was over-leveled, dear God. On the bright
I
side,
mean,
I think I legitimately had several anime comebacks with my starter evolving mid-match with the dojo leader.
I mean,
I didn't
it
even
always
know
used
that.
to be. It always used to be Pokemon or Digimon, and those were the real two monster-taming games for the longest time. But Pokemon was always bigger. So,
Yeah, it always was bigger. Honestly, considering this is the first entry in the series, I'm hoping there will be more.
Mm-hmm.
They're still gonna add some stuff to it, they have already confirmed that. They just have finished the baseline of the game. So the islands are there, the main story is there, and all of the currently planned Temtem are there. It's actually a bigger Gen 1 than Pokemon had, so that's a bit surprising.
Yeah.
Monster Rancher was nice as well. It's similar, at least a little bit.
True. But yeah,
I mean-
Temtem is definitely on my list. I've not finished up to the story, but I think I'm getting pretty close. So that's the first one I'm gonna shout out here. Then,
okay.
that's Gambit. It did not release this year. However, this year was the update that changed everything. And it changed it from a game that I played for a while and I was kind of interested in, into I think my favorite game of the year. If you ever think for a nanosecond that you would maybe like to try something that's kind of Souls-like and 2D, go for that one.
I've seen that played, but I've not played myself. I'm not
Everything
good at
it's
2D platformers, and I'm not good at
Everything
Souls
is-
games.
so well. I have no words. I remember when I mentioned the Salt and Sanctuary before because it was free on Epic? That was good, but it was still trying a bit too much to pay homage to Dark Souls, in my opinion. Which isn't necessarily or inherently bad. However, Death's Gambit just went the extra mile into making its own thing. And the plot twists, hiding in plain sight. Like the game literally tells you half of the plot twists right from the start, and you just don't register them as the truth or as actual plot twists. And you realize them as you play the game. It's brilliantly made.
It's one of those times where I'd like to see it played, but I would probably not play it myself.
Well,
Because the story
I've
sounds
also
cool.
completed that one, so you know where to go. shameless plug-in
I
aside.
do.
I have mentioned this one already. It's Mortal Shell, which was also completed this year.
Yes.
Also, in case it wasn't obvious by now, a lot of the games will be kind of Souls-like themed. The ones I'll mention.
I have gotten a theme.
So that's a little bit of the theme going on here. But yeah, Mortal Shell. Again, it doesn't try to copy Dark Souls. It takes just enough inspiration to be a Souls-like. But it doesn't copy, it simply adds to the formula and makes it its own. The hardening mechanic that can be used for both offense and defense, absolutely brilliant. It's like having a parry that you can use in several ways and doesn't take as much skill as a proper parry, while also having the actual parry mechanic besides that. It's also not that long of a game, story-wise. However, it does have a roguelike element to it that can be played for potentially endless times.
Oh no. Not the roguelikes.
And here's a group of 3 games, I'll just mention them all together because they are similar, and they all either came out during the year as complete versions, or got updates that changed everything. The 3 are Hades, which is probably the most well-known out of the 3.
Yep.
I would assume.
Then we have Dead Cells.
Oh yeah.
That has stream integration, right?
Yes, it has. And lastly, Curse of the Dead Gods.
Oh yeah, I have played that one. Game Pass.
Yep, I've also played that one. It's so good. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about it. I think it's the least known out of the 3.
Similar to Hades, just like more in terms of level design. You go from room to room, basically.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I grouped all 3 of these in the same category, essentially. They're very
I've played Dead
similar
Cells.
in principle. And for the last one on my list, actually no, 2 more on my list. Number 1 is Nioh 2, the complete edition.
Oh yeah.
It's finally on PC. I haven't played it, but I know enough about it to know that I will probably like it. I've heard only good things about it, which is very rare.
Yeah. That's a
My-
I
series
absolutely loved Nioh 1,
I've
so
heard about quite a lot.
I might also give it a shot as well.
I highly recommend it. From what I've heard, it's everything Nioh 1 was, but better.
Ooh.
And lastly, Lost in Random. This one was kind of unexpected for me. I didn't expect a lot out of it, and I got so much more. The story is well designed, the locations are memorable, the characters are absolutely hilarious, and it still keeps that serious tone throughout. Yeah, that's my list for this year.
Okay.
I could also actually no, I forgot one of the more recent ones.
Alright.
Warframe and the new war quest was added. I think that one broke Twitch for a little bit of time. Like when
I've
they
seen a
launched the
lot of
update, Twitch literally died for a bit. And it's not the first time it happens with Warframe.
Personally, I never got into Warframe. But I know a lot of people that really love it.
Yeah, I gave it a shot, but it's not really my game.
100% fair and understandable.
So,
Although if you do keep with it, it has excellent customization, which, here's the thing. There are 3 models of MMOs out there. There's the subscription model, the pay-to-play model, and the free-to-play model.
And the pay to win one.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about the dark ones here, Xellius. Or rather, we already did that.
pretty much.
But if I had to say which is the top contender in each of these 3 categories, subscription model is 100% Final Fantasy XIV. Free-to-play is Warframe. And pay-to-play, I have to give it to Guild Wars 2. They have essentially done everything that Final Fantasy has in terms of doing it right. Just, I don't know, there hasn't actually been that much thought to it getting outside of the community. And I feel that's actually kind of dragging them down for no good reason.
I know several big streamers that like Warframe, so I have seen a lot about it.
Yeah, there aren't
Actually-
really a lot of big streamers which go for Guild Wars, that's what I've noticed. It came up in discussion a little bit with Asmongold when he was looking at various MMOs. And I remember, because this was a huge surprise to him and he was completely... Wait, what? He literally got very surprised when he found out the information, but at the time, and remember, this was before all the storm from Blizzard came in, Guild Wars 2 had more players than World of Warcraft. He was stunned
Not
by this,
surprised.
because no one was actually talking about it. It's literally the rare case in which more people prefer to play the game than actually talk about the game.
I mean, that's
Yes. They also don't apparently watch a lot of content on it. I know someone that is a YouTube content creator, and they do like game series, and they tried to do one on Guild Wars, and it didn't do well.
Yeah, I've noticed
So-
there's not many people who actually watch Guild Wars 2 in general. I'm still gonna play the entire story because I love the game and I wanted to be there, but I'm not expecting numbers from it. I'm doing it just because I love the game that much.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think
I
they
do that a
prefer to
lot.
play it themselves instead of watching videos.
Yeah, that's one of the things with it. The amount of choice that you have in that story, especially considering it's an MMO, I think it's actually dragging it down from a streaming standpoint,
I mean that happens.
which is an interesting approach, because it's not something you usually see.
It's not unheard of, though. There's a few games like that people don't really tend to watch, but they like to play. I can't think of the names of most of them, but I have heard of it with several games before.
Dark Souls is like reversed. People love to watch but don't want to play.
I mean,
Yes, definitely.
to be fair, there are many who do like to play it, myself included. But I definitely get what you mean.
So, I think you've all gone. I have 3 games left to mention for this year. I have not played them, but I want to play them, and they are upcoming games for me. So, first on that list, Yakuza, Like a Dragon.
Oh yes,
It actually
that
came out
is
this year.
great.
that's good.
Yes.
Great game.
Hmm.
I played the heck out of that one.
I have the entire Yakuza series to play. Like
Game
I have
Pass.
a list.
I need.
I'm not gonna finish that list this year, that's for sure.
I played 0, but I haven't played the others. I just haven't had time. But I really want to do Like a Dragon. It is on my upcoming games, so I do want to play it this next year. But it did come out this year, so I had to include that. I had to. Yeah. I mean, since I can't play Last Judgment, it is my only game from them that I can play this year. So, definitely coming up with that. The next one,
Okay.
I've been waiting for this series to conclude for so long. Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel.
When you
Four
said
came out
Legend
this
of
year.
Heroes, I was wondering what it was, and then you said Trails of Cold Steel, and bam, the lights lit.
My friend talks about that game all the time.
Yes. I've played the first game. Actually, I've played the first game twice. But this next year, I'm finally going to do it. I'm going to play all 4 games. Probably back to back at some point.
That's ambitious,
Oh yeah,
because I know how
Yes.
long they are.
400
I
hours
know.
minimum.
Yes, at least 400 hours. I know. But,
Okay, more like 200. The last two were like really big.
well, I know there's at least 100 hours in the first one, because I've played it twice. I didn't finish the second one, because the third was coming out. And I figured I'd wait until the third. And then when the third came out, the fourth was on the horizon, so I didn't play the fourth. So, it's time to do it. It's time to do it. I'm gonna play them all. I figure I have to play the first one again, because I want the audience to see it. But yeah, it's definitely gotta happen this year. It is on my list with Persona 3 as far as really big games that I need to play next year.
Oh yeah, that's big. That's a chunky one.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh wait, I said Persona 3. I meant Persona 4. Sorry.
Oh, 4.
Yes.
Even 4 is big.
Golden. Yeah,
I mean, 4
started to
four
play it.
is just as good too.
yes. I played 4 for about 60 to 80 hours before I started streaming. But I need to go back and play it from the beginning. So, yeah, big challenge, especially since I want the good ending. And I don't know the requirements.
Oh boy.
So-
Oh no.
Have fun.
Yes, I'm gonna
I
need
think you
chat
better
help.
have fun, because otherwise that's gonna be hell.
I mean, I liked it when I played it before, so I think it's gonna be okay. But, yeah, it's definitely on the list. But that one didn't come out this year. The one that did, and the final game on my list for this year, is Wise. Number 9. Monstrous Nox. I don't know if any of you have ever played Wise, but
I have not.
And
Nope.
alright. When I first started, a bit of my intro was one of the Wise games. I forget which one. Because there's been so many of them. While this one is 9, there are actually like 13 entries in this series. So, let's see if I can find it really quick. I think it was Salsetta that I played. No, it was Lacrimosa of Donna. And I really loved that game. It was probably the most advanced of the current generation of Wise games. But Wise is up there with Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, basically the other big Japanese RPGs. And this is the latest edition. What makes it unique and very different from most other like JRPGs is that the same main character goes through each game. So he's now been in 13 games, or 14 games. So yeah, something depowers him every time, and he's got to build himself back up. Like on the one I played most recently, he is shipwrecked on an abandoned isle, and he's got to escape. But time travel hijinks ensue. So things definitely happen. But this is another one. In this case, he's turned into a semi-demon. Basically, I don't know how, but it's kind of like being turned into a vampire. And he's thrown into a coliseum, and he must escape. I think you can see a trend here. But, it is very much like the Tales game in how it controls. The battles are real time, and they're 3D. So.
Yeah, I can work with that.
Yeah, same.
I played the demo. And the demo, of course, is just a brief look. But I really want to play that. I just gotta figure it in somewhere. Where do I fit all these games?
Yeah, you don't have enough time for all of those.
That's the neat part. You don't.
I'm not sure I'd have time if I had, assuming I didn't have to have a job besides all of this and I could just stream all day. I'm not sure I could have enough time for them in that case. Never mind with the job.
Yeah. Usually I'm only streaming 3.5 or 4 hours a day. So,
Yeah, you need to
some
go
of
for
these
like
games
6.
are gonna take some time. I was doing 6-hour streams.
Yeah.
A while ago. I don't remember what I was playing. All sort of blends in. But, I might return to 6-hour streams. But they're really hard fitting in dinner and lunch.
I mean, before and after, it's easy.
Sort of.
Yeah, or
except-
slide a little break in.
I mean,
Yeah, that also works.
maybe if some of this food that I've gotten as gifts, works out. Quick meals. We'll see how it goes. But I think that's my list. I think we've covered everything. Which is
Sounds
impressive.
about right. Wait, did I cover everything?
So-
Hold on. This list seems a bit bigger than that. Oh yeah, to two mentions that I haven't played, but I know came out this year.
Okay.
Monster Hunter Rise,
Oh. Yes.
which is definitely on my list.
Not on my.
And then Disco Elysium, the final cut. Also one of the few games I've heard only good stuff about.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've seen it played. And I tried to play the original. But I couldn't quite get into it. It's a little bit trippy, for lack of a better term. Sometimes cause and effect don't really seem to line up. Which is my only issue with it.
That's fair.
But
I'll see how things line up when I give it a go.
yeah, your experience may vary. Usually I only hear good stuff about it. So I'm expecting you'll probably like it. And Monster Hunter, I looked at their RPG. I think I own it. But I haven't been able to fit it in. So, it's on the back burner. And, it's not as high on that list as the other things I did mention. So,
Understandable.
Yeah.
Who knows
in a
Ludwig?
couple of years.
Yeah, we'll say a couple of years.
I mean, eventually I have to run out of new games, right?
No.
About that, I have bad news for your time. And possibly for your wallet.
I mean, definitely the wallet. Definitely the wallet.
Definitely.
I mean, the winter sale is the first time I haven't bought any new Steam games. Usually I pick
Yeah, I
up,
got you.
usually I'll spend like $100 as a hard cap. Which is usually like 6 to 12 things, depending. But this year, I'm not picking up any. I'm promising myself I will not pick up any. 'Cause I
And
know
you
how
work
that
out.
ends. I know how that ends. I have so many games
Yeah,
I
we
haven't
all do.
played.
Yup.
It ends well for the game companies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yes. There are lots of titles I would like to get. In fact, I'll open up Steam real quick. My
Oh,
wish
no,
list
Stop.
is 102 items.
Holy shit.
So, some of those I probably don't need on there.
And those are on the ground.
Like Halo Infinite. I don't need on that in Steam.
Mhm.
But, oh, actually, for Xellius, since he was here for E3, Life Slide is on sale. That was that paper airplane game we saw at E3.
I think I have that. I need to check.
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, it's like $8. Which is
Oh, that's actually
kind of tempting.
that has a demo.
Yes, it had a demo. It's really tempting for $8. There's a few other titles on here.
Time to get a demo.
But is it not on Game Pass, Xellius?
Strangely, I don't think that one is. But we can
By the way,
find
has
out really
someone
quick.
watched Mousie's last stream yesterday? She won against Ludwig. He's going to become a VTuber for one day.
Okay, that's good.
That
gonna
will
be
trigger a
hilarious.
new VTuber boom next year.
Oh yes, it will.
I mean, there's also several streamers, big streamers, who have talked about going VTuber. I don't know if they
the
will.
thing is, though, a lot of them,
But-
even if they will, I don't think they'll keep with it.
Yeah,
Probably not. I know. What's her name?
more like a lifestyle.
Pokimane.
Yeah,
She has a VTuber model, but I don't think she uses it very often.
Nah.
I think it was more of a gimmick for her.
Yeah. Feel like I also
don't really
did it,
watch her.
mostly to annoy
So-
people.
I can't say too much. But
Anyways, this was a pleasure. Thank you for the invite, Kami.
no problem.
Unless
Yeah.
there's something else.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, this was fun.
maybe we should do some collabs in the new year, like with games.
I'll be up for it.
Same.
Or something like that.
Anytime. Toss out a game idea.
Yeah,
Let's
then
see if I
let's
can work it into my
invite
schedule.
Ellie again.
Yeah. I do hope everything's fine.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
I hope so. Allie, you have our hopes and dreams. Come on. But yes, please don't have any issues with your sudden emergency. I hope things are fine. But yeah, I do want, specifically, to do some more segments like this. I do want to do a year in review next year, about this time. And I also want to do.
I don't mind if we do this like every 3-4 months.
I'm not
that
sure I
could
can
be
do
a
that,
thing.
Yeah, I don't mind either.
but
Or
maybe I
just,
can.
Maybe
We'll
a
find
half
out.
year. Maybe that's more doable.
I mean,
Like
the
every
other
6
thing I
months.
want to do,
Yeah.
on a yearly basis, is to do E3 again. Which might be a good time to do like a 6-month review as part of E3. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
about 6 months. So, if you want to do half years, as part of E3, we could get together and go over E3, talk about things, see what's happened. I had hoped to do like regular news segments on like a weekly or every 2-week basis, but I don't see that happening. I can't fit that in my schedule. But
Understandable.
Yeah.
I do want to do so many more things. I just don't have time.
Yeah, don't overwork yourself. That can lead to burnout.
Yeah.
I mean,
Burnout or just flat out exhaustion in general.
that's actually one reason I've been taking more days off with the holidays. I took Sunday and Monday off since I didn't have any D&D games that I would usually have. So I gave myself 3 days off in a week. And I'm gonna do that again this week. It's kinda nice. But
Yeah.
I want to get back to my normal schedule. I want my D&D games. On that topic, Nashi, sometime we have to talk. Arcane Academy.
About D&D.
Yes, Arcane Academy.
Oh, right. What day were you thinking about that, by chance?
I don't know yet. I do have 3 potentially 4 players now. So
Hey.
we need to get together. We need to get together.
Yeah.
And I think the 4th might be contingent on what day of the week. So
Yeah. If anything,
gotta work that out soon.
yeah. If anything, let me know what day. Let me know what day you want me and everyone else to get together, and I should be available depending on if I have to stream or not. If not, if I do have to stream, then if anything, I can just take off for that day, and we'll see, and we'll see, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, probably next week. I'll ping you all on Discord and
Okay.
see about arranging a time and a
Okay,
date.
no problem.
Cause yeah, like next week, we probably need to start thinking about characters. I'm gonna do some streams where I do the setup for the world behind the scenes. So that will start pretty much after my break. So,
Okay.
but yeah, since I had you here, I wanted to mention that. But I think that's it. I hope you guys had fun.
Oh, definitely.
Heck yeah.
100%.
So, I will figure out somewhere to send us, or at least chat. I know what I can do. I was in their channel earlier, so I will probably send us back to their channel. So let me start that.
Oh. I know exactly who this is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know exactly who this is.
Yep.
I need more points on his stream
I do too.
for the horse stats.
I need more points just so I can spam with Ana-Anas. He does it to me, so it's only fair.
But yeah,
Yeah, I'm the only
we
one
will raid
confused here.
Zen. We will raid Zen. So, I think that's it. So, have fun, take care, and see you later. Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.